Oh, I'd just like to make one comment on the overall process. Your confusion this morning with the supplemental plans and so forth. I really feel like in this era of technology, we could do a whole lot better job with the posting on the website and the labeling, because I did look at the website and I tried to see, after we met with the folks from abodes at the end of last week, I tried to see if those plans were online, and I did not see them over the weekend. I completely missed the September 10th CDD memo. I don't know whether it was, did not see it. And if when things are posted, they could be labeled with a date that they're posted and kept in some sort of order, so that you weren't constantly saying, you know, this is Plan 2, have I already seen that one? It would be very helpful. And if there was some kind of notification process, because honestly, our group has been the most involved in this process, and the fact that the CDD staff published a memo and didn't notify us or even tell us after we submitted our own memo yesterday, hey, did you see ours? That would have been a courtesy. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, Jen, I have a few questions, if I could, about your comments. And first of all, thank you for organizing the comments the way you did. It gives me a lot to think about when we have these conversations. I would like to ask that for 3 times running, your memos have come in on Monday at noon, and I know that you have a lot of people look at them, but it doesn't. It works much better if you can get them in earlier.
Yeah,
okay.
I understand. Although, you know, on the same time frame, we were, you know, invited to meet with Mr. Tersis and his associates on, that was Thursday afternoon, was it? I believe late afternoon on Thursday, which was the first time we had seen these supplemental plans. Obviously, all of this process could be improved, you know,
sure.
and I would add, you know, as Ted knows, I have a full-time job. So I probably spent, you know, 12 hours this weekend. People ask me what I do on the weekends. Not much anymore. It's actually gotten kind of sad.
I hear you.
So, you know, I would love it if I had a staff who could do these things, you know.
As would I.
Yeah.
And also, you mentioned that the Fresh Pond Shopping Center will likely remain an intractable obstacle to safe pedestrian passage through its Wild West and non-conforming parking until there's a change in ownership. So I guess my question is, do you recommend then waiting until there's a change in ownership before we do anything?
No, I recommend that this owner is derelict, I'm sorry, in allowing his parking lot to be a safety hazard. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And, you know, modern parking lots have medians with plantings and trees and, you know, clearly marked aisles and all that sort of stuff. I don't understand. People keep saying we don't have any control over him. Is he waiting for someone to be killed in his parking lot so he can be sued?
There's some mystery to it,
Yeah.
even to who it is. Also, you mentioned that tax increment financing should be considered to help fund street improvements. Tell me how that would work.
I would defer to Bob Simoff, who suggested that, who I don't believe is here tonight. So
Okay.
I'm not an expert on that, but
okay.
I gather that it exists.
And also on the 5-foot easement along the property line shared with the auto body shop, it seems like a quote weak tea without the assurance of the neighboring property.
Yeah.
See, I have to say that I think the glass is half full, and I think we should
Okay.
be happy that the proponent has come forward to place that there rather than critical of the process. So it's step by step, or inch by inch, and row by row, if you know that song.
Yeah, no, I see that. However, you know, as was made clear with that little L-shaped bit at the back where they store the cars, the 5-foot path is a path to nowhere unless you can get that owner to cooperate. And the owners on New Street don't appear very cooperative.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And I think it is a daunting process.
It is.
But I still think that we need to be as positive as we can as we approach it. And let's see, and that's really it. Oh, also you mentioned that the current and future residents of New Street will benefit from access to the AOI TMA shuttle service. How would that happen? How would we structure that?
Again, I think you have Karen Dumaine here from TMA Associates, who is trying very hard to put together a TMA with all of the AOI and I'm assuming the quad thing. So, you know, I don't know how that works. If they invite them to participate, there's obviously some money that changes hands, but it's certainly something worth considering if they're going to be running a shuttle bus over from Cambridge Park Drive to the shopping center. Can they make a stop on New Street?
Okay,
I don't
terrific.
know, again.
And in fact, Karen Dumaine is a very high-profile transportation expert, and I'm glad she's on the case.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't put her on the case. I hope she's on the case. She's been coming to these meetings diligently, so I'm assuming that it's not just because she has nothing better to do on a Tuesday night. Thanks, you all.
Thank you.
Can I ask Jim another question before?
Is somebody going to start paying me to testify? I think these guys get paid, and I'm not being paid, but yeah.
We pay you to stay home.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Jen, I was wondering, would you be satisfied if the drawings were a little bit more detailed in terms of like the car place next door and just a lot more detailed rather than having a model built? Do you think that the neighbors would be okay with that? Because it seems as though that would be, take a little less time than actually building a model.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Mr. McKinnon was here a few minutes ago. Maybe he could say how long it took to build the model. I think with 3D printers, models aren't as labor intensive as they used to be. Again, I'm not in the model building business either.
Right.
I happen to think that the three-dimensional element is actually pretty essential, and that the drawings, I mean, we've been doing drawings now, you know, as long as this project has been presented, and none of them have really been satisfactory. So
No, they haven't.
it
No.
seems to me that maybe we should try a different technique.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.